Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to Sights, Sounds, and Sensations. Tonight, we have a treat for you on our special series, Bedtime Stories. Settle in, dim the lights, and let the ambiance of the night wrap around you as we dive deep into the mysterious and the unknown. If you enjoy these stories, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more spine-tingling tales. Without further ado, let's journey into tonight's story, In the Shadows of Giants. The Abernathy family had always loved the outdoors. The dense, coniferous woods that sprawled across the Pacific Northwest were a favorite destination. So when summer break arrived, packing up for a camping trip was as natural as breathing. Late one afternoon, they pulled their van into a secluded campsite, nestled by a glistening stream with towering pine trees on either side. The spot was isolated, far from the more popular campgrounds, and just how Martin, the father, liked it. His wife Elaine and their two children, Daniel, 13, and Lily, 9, started setting up the tents while Martin prepared the campfire. As dusk enveloped the woods, a chorus of cicadas and distant owl hoots serenaded them. Elaine cooked dinner over the open fire, sizzling sausages, corn on the cob, and baked beans. Their laughter echoed as they shared stories around the roaring flames, the darkness inching ever closer around their circle of light. It was Lily, with marshmallow-smeared cheeks, who first noticed it. "Danny, do you see that?" she whispered, pointing towards a shadow just beyond the firelight. Daniel squinted, trying to decipher the form. "It's just a tree stump, Lil," he whispered back. But it wasn't. Later, as the family settled into their tents, Martin and Elaine were awakened by a distant thud. Thinking it might be a curious raccoon or a deer, they brushed it off. But then the sound came closer, heavier, accompanied by an unmistakable feeling of being watched. Curious and slightly concerned, Martin unzipped the tent a crack. The campfire had dimmed to glowing embers, casting a feeble light on the surroundings. At the edge of this dim illumination, a tall silhouette stood motionless, watching. Heart pounding, Martin carefully zipped up the tent. "Elaine," he whispered, "I think there's something out there." Before Elaine could reply, a loud whooping call echoed through the forest. It wasn't an owl or any animal they recognized. It was otherworldly. Tension in the tent was palpable. The children, now awake, clung to their parents, eyes wide with fear. Outside, heavy footfalls circled the campsite. Every once in a while, they'd hear branches snap or a low murmur, a deep guttural hum. Martin remembered the camera he had packed for the trip. Mustering up courage, he aimed it outside the tent and switched on the night vision. What appeared on the screen took his breath away. A massive, hairy creature, at least 8 feet tall, moved with a lumbering grace between the trees. Its eyes reflected an eerie green, and it seemed equally curious and cautious. "Sasquatch," Elaine mouthed, her face as white as the moon overhead. The night seemed to stretch endlessly. The family remained huddled together, waiting for dawn. Every so often, the creature would come closer, peering at the tents with what seemed like curiosity before disappearing again. The first light of dawn broke, painting the sky with shades of pink and gold. The mysterious visitor was nowhere in sight. Exhausted and shaken, the Abernathys packed up as quickly as they could. As they drove away from the campsite, Daniel noticed something stuck to a tree near their camping spot. A large handprint, smeared with mud, was imprinted on the bark. They left the forest that day with more than just memories of a family trip. They had a story, one that would be passed down for generations. But more than anything, they had a newfound respect for the mysteries the world still held, lurking just beyond the light of the campfire. Thank you for joining us on tonight's episode of Bedtime Stories here on Sights, Sounds, and Sensations. The night holds many secrets, and tonight we shared just one of them. If you were captivated by In the Shadows of Giants and wish to embark on more such nocturnal adventures with us, please like this video and subscribe to our channel. Sleep tight, but always remember some tales might be closer to reality than you think. Until next time, sweet dreams.